Okay, everybody, here we go. I'm laughing already. I didn't even utter a paragraph, and I'm already freaking laughing. Post-market wrap up. What is today? Whatever the day is, it's just a freak show. No matter what day it is, June 29th, 2023. It's, blocking out the sun because climate change is the root cause of inflation to what the Federal Reserve said today. It can't get any more freaking weird. But what else did you expect? Anyway, yes, this is my post market wrap up. Thank you. Thank you all for being here. I appreciate you more than you know. Honestly, if it were not for all of you, I would be committed to an institution strapped up like this in some kind of a rubber room. This really does, kind of keep me out of an institution, believe it or not. I think, really, I believe that. Thanks, Mitch. Anyway, I get to see you with all of you, my dear friends, and just get this stuff out because you can't make it up. No matter how much you would try to do it, you can't get up. You can't make this stuff up. We have gargoyles and creatures and things and ghouls, that are supposed to be in charge of things because they're doing it for the betterment of you and I. But then just to hear these things come out of their mouths is beyond me. I mean, really, could you imagine a world leader saying that climate change is the reason why we have inflation? I'm talking about Le Gargoyle, the European Central Bank bigwig over there. Thank you, Perry. You can't make that stuff up. And then blocking out the sun. Let's see how that would work out. Blocking the sun. Yeah, sure. Maybe it would wipe out a large percentage of the population, which they want to do anyway. I think we're pretty clear on that. Let's shoot right to what I wanted to cover here. So you and I, let's just, for a moment, for just a little bit, think. What have we discussed right here? I don't know, for many, 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 many months, that the Federal Reserve is not trying to fight inflation at all. They are raising rates because they want to limit the availability of credit to destroy small businesses, kill the consumer. Well, this is right out of the Federal Reserve from today. Are you ready? Listen to this. An historic surge in the percentage of distressed American companies could cause a huge number of companies to crumble. The Federal Reserve is warning that catastrophe, their words, not mine, catastrophe is coming for U.S. businesses. But if you recall, just yesterday, the thing, you know what I'm talking about, was telling us that Bidenomics is the reason why our economy is doing so well, the reason why businesses are prospering. Make it up. And then today we get this. This is what I'm telling you. You can't do it. No one could. I don't care if you were sitting here writing this stuff. I don't care if you were high on lysergic acid diethylamide. You know what that is? LSD, lysergic acid diethylamide. Yeah. I don't care if you were high on that, drunk, high on dope, and everything else you want to think about. You couldn't make it up. It's impossible to do. But that's where we go. That's where we're standing here. Now, on the economic front, thank you, Loki Prince. I appreciate that. On the economic front, pending home sales fall again in May, 2.7%. And the bigger deal, people, listen to me. I really care about all of you from my heart, and you all know that. We care about each other, and we got each other's backs. Exactly. The 10-year yield. A nice spike in the 10-year yield today, but it goes beyond the spike in the 10-year yield. I want you to ponder what I'm about to tell you. Every single, without exception, every single recession has been preceded here in the United States by a yield curve inversion. Thank you, Frank. Thank you, Mitch, again. But never before, ever before in history have we seen a yield curve as inverted as it is right now. The yield curve further inverted today. People, this is a sign that Bidenomics is not working. But he's deluded or he's trying to trick you. The thing, look, politics is just a way it's a psyop. It's all it is. Okay. The real threat to us all is central banks. Clearly, we understand that, who are collectively the one world government we have been warned about forever. Everything else, even it thing, mummy man, is just part of it. It's a game that they play. Nothing is what it appears to be. Now, on the back of the 10-year yield today spiking 3.85 last time I looked at it, we had a nice surge also, not so nice, in the relative strength of the dollar today. That pushed the MMRI 3 points away from what has been the first line in the sand, 250. But what has happened? This has been a weird, strange phenomenon, people. And you and I, we've seen this for months. Every single time we get a situation like this with the MMRI climbing, a miracle occurs. It's just as if, I don't know, some divine entity reaches down and pushes the MMRI lower, lowering risk in the market. And then everything is just back to the way it's nothing gets in the way here. It just seems like we have a market that, again, no matter how bad the economic news is, nothing gets in the way of the stock market. Again, there's no connection here, and I've covered this with you I don't know how many times. Stock market, economy, the gap between the two is going to get wider and wider. We're already off the charts. I think I started out doing this. Now we're kind of like that. And it's just not going to stop. Again, this is an election cycle. And again, please do your homework on this. Look it up for yourselves. See what the Federal Reserve does when there's an election cycle. They prop up the market. And again, you got the thing taking credit for it. Thank you, Jay Bellish 103. Yeah, I wouldn't doubt that either. We can't look. You and I have known since I don't know how long. We always have to have the high ground. We got to be prepared for everything. Look, how many of you would have imagined that they would actually be, in the remote sense, considering blocking out the sun to stop climate change, because climate change is causing inflation? It's not the central banks. No. And do you know how you can be absolutely certain that it's not the central banks? Well, because we've never heard that come out of the mouth of Powell, vomitous mass that he is. But we heard it from Lagarde today, Lagarde, who said that it's global warming or climate change that is the reason why we're having inflation. It has nothing to do with the fact that central banks have been printing and keeping rates suppressed from here to kingdom come. But we're supposed to trust these institutions. And how do we know that? Because the thing behind the Resolute desk right now said that we should trust the Federal Reserve. The Federal Reserve has our best interest in mind. You think that's true? How many of you believe that's true? I don't believe it. I don't believe it's true. Anyway, look, let's just talk about the market real quick. I didn't even touch on it. We finished mixed today. A gain for the Dow, gain for the S&P 500. NASDAQ finished flat. I did tell you about the 10-year yield. A nice jump today. We'll see how long. Let's just keep our eyes on that. Keep your eyes on the 10-year yield. Keep your eyes on the relative dollar strength. Or if you want to look at the nice little equation I made for you, MMRI, link in the description of the video. Crude oil put on a slight gain today. Thanks again, Mitch. You got cryptocurrencies catching a nice bid today. They turned around. Gold and silver under pressure. What else would you imagine in this kind of environment? It's astonishing what they're trying to do. They're trying to really make people not want to hold gold, silver, or even commodities. They want you out of it because they understand where this is going to go. But sincerely, let's consider this one more time. So the Federal Reserve is admitting, thank you, Larry, that the actions it is taking right now, let's consider and think about it. That is raising rates, pause, raising rates. They're going to go back to raising rates. They're admitting that this is creating distress in American companies, which could cause a number of these companies, small businesses, to crumble. And they're warning of catastrophe. Now, let me ask you, okay, being that you and I have known this fact. We've discussed it I don't know how many times right here on this video blog for I don't know how long, months and months and months from when they started. Oh yes, they're going to raise rates and it's going to make everything beautiful because it's temporary and it's transitory and it's going to go away. And you know it is because they're telling you. How is it that you and I knew that this would happen, that catastrophe would be coming, as they're saying, for U.S. businesses here? And the consumer is getting destroyed, crushed, and frankly, eliminated or exterminated. How did we know that and they didn't? Of course, because you see, they did know that, but they can't tell you. We are so far ahead of the curve, you and me, from this criminal organization. Let me tell you something, and I mean this, without a revolution here, okay, without a revolt against these institutions, we're all dead. Well, they want us dead. You know that they want us dead. They want to be, and I believe this too. I believe this, and you could think I'm maybe the biggest conspiracy theorist on the face of the earth, but I believe sincerely that they want to reduce the population of the world. Why would they want to reduce the population of the world? Control. It's easier to control a smaller population. Thank you, Jesse. I appreciate this from you. Again, the central bank digital currencies and everything else is about control. People becoming slaves to the system, willing slaves to the system, marching themselves freely to the slaughter. So part of the same thing. But I would be willing to bet that most of you would agree that something is wrong. You could feel it in your bones. I think it's pretty evident. You know, we have a God-given gift of intellect, and our intellect is ringing bells, bang, 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 telling us that something is wrong here. I think that's obvious. Anyway, I don't even want to talk about the convid anymore or any of these things. God knows what else they're going to throw at us, people. Just be ready. Be ready for them blocking out the sun. Be ready for them to destroy businesses is what they're doing here. And you can count on. I mean, what did we just hear Wednesday from the Gargoyle and Yellowstain himself? That they're vowing to fight inflation. They are vowing. And what does that mean? They're going to continue to raise rates, although we did get a pause from the Fed. Okay, and that's going to cause small businesses to get wiped out, which is what it's really meant to do, limiting the availability of credit to small businesses and to the consumer. Inflation is going to continue to surge and surge and surge and surge, although they're going to tell you it's getting better. Oh, yes, that's right. That was one of the things that it said. Our lovely, I don't even want to say president, I don't want to say it, but he said that inflation is coming down. It is not coming down. He also said people are earning more money. They are not earning more money. Real wages are cratering. You know that, what people are earning based against with their own numbers. But again, he has to lie, twist, and deceive you on an incredible scale. Look over here. Don't look over there. Imagine my shock. Imagine anyone's shock. Art Joe Go. Thank you. All right, people. Anyway, that's it. That's where we're at. Alan Greenspan, how are you, buddy? Yeah, it's a clown world on an incredible scale. But whatever. What are we going to do? We got each other. That's all we got. Honest to God. And I mean that. We're a family. All of us. It's a worldwide family. We got each other's back. And I know we can do better than 383 thumbs up. Come on, people. Please. These thumbs up allow people to see the video. All right. YouTube likes to see the thumbs up. They see it. They show the video. If not, they don't show it. And I'm counting on all of you to get it done. All right. It's not that hard. Exactly. Mitch, thanks again, bro. All right, people, I think we're going to call it here. I don't know what else to say, but I do want to hear from you. I mean, I say this stuff and, with regard to the Federal Reserve talking about a catastrophe for businesses here because of their own actions. But you see why it doesn't affect you and me is because we knew it already. We knew this already because we've spoken about it 1,000 times, how this would happen. And it is happening. If you honestly, if you look back on the videos that we've done, because this is our thing, our videos here, how much of it has come true? Not all of it, definitely not, but I would say 90%. 90% of it has actually come true so far. And the rest maybe it just has to take time to play out. And look, we're no smarter than anybody else. That's the truth. But you and I just, maybe you're able to see a little further down the road. Jonathan Hart, wow, thank you very much for that. Anyway, that's it, people. I love you all from the heart. I mean that. Thank you for the thumbs up. Thank you for your support, all of you. I will see you tomorrow, Friday. There's a big inflation report coming out tomorrow morning, I believe. And who knows how they're going to twist this. They're going to tell you again that everything is great and everything is fantastic. Thank you, Ryan. I appreciate that. But they want you to, again, ignore what you're seeing, feeling, or having to deal with in your own pocketbooks. That's not true. What they say is true because they're the authorities. You know that's how it works, right? We have to answer to them. We have to get on our hands and knees and thank you. Thank you for us. We're going to eat bugs. Yes, and we're going to like it too, right? Unreal. All right, people. I'll see you in the morning. All right. I'm out of here.